650 rupees. So this is the power of collective. We are saving almost 50% of the money. Also now we are installed neem cake crushing machines, powdering machines, and we are buying in a bulk 20 tons, 30 tons neem seeds. And now we are grinding, not taking neem oils, and now we are giving to our farmers with a high quality produce. So this is also one of the important things. Also promoting a lot of rural employment, because of the so far our organization itself is started more than 50 employees full time they are working, and also lots of rural employment. Women are doing 500 women are involved in the rural employment. Because of the collective, this can be possible. Also the credit facility. So the women's, they are internally lending and giving loans and everything. So this is all the power of collective. I am given 3-4 points only, but apart from this, there are a lot of things are power of collective. Next. So this is our business marketing model. This is the collective business model. So whatever grow from farmers, they are not selling to directly to consumers or so far. They are selling to one of our women groups. Our groups buys everything and they do value addition, cleaning, destoning. So we have all the machinery set up and everything. So they do cleaning and processing everything and value addition. Then finally it comes to the SOFA administration. Then finally goes to the marketing, and finally it reaches the consumer. This is the collective business model. It's a chain like that. All of us equally benefiting. So next one. Next. So mainly our unit, we have all the machineries, more than 30 machineries we have. Even millet dehusking, dehuller, spices powdering, oil extractor, puppet making, cookies making, and cattle feed making. So we have plenty of all these facilities we have available in our campus. So mainly entire our unit, our women are completely handling the entire unit. So we have all the machineries and everything. Next. Next. So this is our solar unit. So we have a 15 kilowatt of, because we are in the tribal area, it's very difficult, the power shortage always be there. So we install the 15 kilowatt of solar energy. So year round, we are running the unit without, we are depending on the regular electricity. Next. Next. Yeah, this is our cattle feed. This is a millet cattle feed. So whatever, because the little millet or foxtail or kodo millet, everything, we are collecting all the waste and everything. So we are making the millet cattle feed. So our farmers are buying. Next. So the turmeric is, I told because the turmeric is one thing I just wanted to point out. This is the one of the highest curcumin in India. The first one is, I think it's a Meghalaya. Lockdown variety called Baglan, which has curcumin is above 7 or 7.5. So ours is almost 5 to 6. So that's what the very big demand in always be there. So next. Next. So this is the governance part. So last 22 years we are running the institutions without so much of problems, because every day, every month or every year our institution is binding well and it's growing much more stronger, because we have a very good governance system. It's a decentralized governance system. Farmers are the main people. We are not seeing as a farmers as a beneficiary, we seeing as a partner, our partner. So always we have a very strong, this is one of our AGM, and all the leaders elected by completely voting methods. There is no, so I'm a CEO, so so one of my neighbor, I can't do it, appointing somebody without the voting system. Next. So this is our list of producers. So right now, this is the old one. Actually, right now we are handling more than 100 types of producers. Next one. This is next. This is almost more than last year we crossed around 3 crore. So it's not a big matter, but the 3 crore, it's pumping into this kind of our rural villages. So the rural economy is more important. The circulating money is, the 3 crore is circulating in our villages. Next. This, the cotton. From cotton to shirt we are doing. So our farmers are growing organic cotton. So we are collecting and sending to Dindagal Gandhigram, where we are getting ginning and all these things. So we have other, like so far we have other entity called the Porgai. The Porgai, it's a handloom embroidery thing. They buy from Sofa and they do making kurtas and kurtis, and they are selling across India and few countries also. Next. Also the buying system, all the vegetables, we have a vehicle facilities, so we are supporting our farmers. Next. Next. So these are the support we are providing to our farmers. So we see as a partner, not beneficiary. Next. 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 I think no. Next. Thank you so much. So soil is more important. So without soil we can't live. So we should preserve our soil as a healthy. Thank you.
They do a lot of things, but I will have to rush them for the time. Yeah, one. There are two things which is very, very striking. This is a place where, as a collective, all of them consume that, whether it was the millets or organic food, because this was started by two doctors. Their first work was on health. So what happened subsequently was they all were linking the food to the farm, food to health, and so they all started refining their farming. And then they created the market, so everything went beautifully as an evolution for them. So it's really one of the best examples in the whole of India, I would say. And all of them consume it. And one thing you should have in your, when I went there recently also, outside their office there will be a board for the farmers saying today we are procuring these items at this price. You will find them really way higher than the MSP. That is also how they have shaken up the other side of the market. So that's a great example. Now I will call Nivedita, who is coordinating a lot of farmers market. So these are, again, a hardcore market where straight away the farmers are interfacing with the consumers, and consumers get to interact with the farmers and also buy from them. Nivedita will share her experience of that. We will have some questions to all of them. That's why I'm rushing this, because so that we can have it more interactive. That is the whole idea.
Good afternoon, everybody. So before I even start, whatever I do within the organic farming community, everything is done under the guidance of Anantha sir. So it's not an independent initiative. Whatever he has built, it has made it possible, and it has, in fact, I must say, made it easy for me to do what is being done in Chennai. So with respect to farmers market, we've been doing 2 farmers market in Chennai. One for almost 2 years right now, and another for about 7 or 8 months. So in one of our markets, we have about 20-25 stalls coming in every month, and in the other market, there are 15 stalls coming in. So these stalls, they are a combination of farmers, value-added producers, and value-added producers. So value-added producers also, we don't allow big companies to be part of the market. We have a lot of criteria on who can be part of the market. So we focus on small scale and marginal farmers, and with respect to value-added producers, if they are doing value addition from their home or from a very small setup, these are the kind of people we are encouraging to be part of the market in our Chennai. So the reason for farmers market, why do we need a farmers market when there are so many organic shops around, especially in a city like Chennai? Could be a question many of us can ask. So one of the things that we encounter from a customer is that I get a lot of customer calls. Sometimes before a market, I get up to 220 customer calls. So on the day of before the day of the market in a single day. So that's the amount of volume of customers who call us because of various marketing techniques that we take up. So, and some of the customers, when they call and ask, okay, are you only having one market in this place, in this month? Why are you not having it weekly? Why are you not having regularly? And then we direct them to a trusted organic shop nearby. They say that we don't want to go to an organic shop because we don't trust there. We only trust the farmers market. So buying directly from farmers or buying directly from someone who is producing what they are consuming creates a lot more trust than going and buying from a shop for them. So, and a lot of people would rather not buy organic product because they feel organic product is more expensive from an organic shop. But with the farmers market, they are ready to come, they are ready to make that kind of a purchase over there. So trust is one of the main things that gets built with respect to it, that gets built when somebody is able to directly buy from a farmer, especially buy from a farmer. So the other thing is that there are multiple ways in which organic produce can be sold. One is through online, that's the easiest. We all sit at our home in a click of a button. You're able to order something, buy, and then we have offline retail shops. In person, we can go, we can pick up stuff. We have farmers market, and then directly we can go to a farmland and we can pick up stuff from there. These are the 4 different ways in which we can buy produce. But as we already saw, farmers market or directly buying from farmers in a farmland is a place where people are more comfortable buying, where the trust can be built. A trust that has been broken some time back, that gets rebuilt over here, that will be beneficial for other people and other retail shops as well. So, in a farmer's market, I've broken down what is needed to be done with respect to a farmer's market. So, there are 4 different points. One is building trust. Second is offering variety. Third is reaching out to customers. 4 is developing a USP for our own products market. So it's very simple to see these 4 things. It's more about how we implement these 4 things. With respect to trust, I've broken it down to 8 things, but because of lack of time, I'll just quickly go through it. If there are questions relating to that later on, we can definitely discuss it. So communication is extremely important. We need to effectively communicate what is happening in the market to the dot, to the detail. We need to keep promises. If you are saying that there is going to be coriander in the market, we need to ensure that coriander comes there. So that's a promise that you've made to the consumer over there. So to that level, we need to keep up promises. Consistency is important. A lot of people don't check their WhatsApp messages or any other communication channel a person might have established. They just would show up on that day that you have announced the market to be. So we need to be extremely consistent in having that market on that day every single month, if you're doing it monthly or if you're doing it weekly. And if you're not able to conduct a market in that given time, then we need to take measures to communicate this well to the consumers. So we use our channels, and on that day when the farmers market is not happening, one of the volunteers need to stand there for the most part of the day to assure the consumers that this is going to continue later on. Because without consistency, you are going to lose trust rapidly. Understanding customers' pain points. This is very important. We need to be patient. Not that we need to bend backwards to the consumers, but we need to be very patient in understanding what their pain points are. This will also help us in improving the product range within the farmers market. We need to be extremely transparent. So if somebody comes and asks me, for example, in one of our markets, we have 2 markets. In one of the markets, the sesame oil price is a little bit cheaper compared to our second market. So if a consumer comes and asks me, why is there a price difference? One should be able to transparently break it down and say, I can tell you. So in the market where it is cheaper, it is made or used of a general wooden cold pressed. It's a general wooden cold pressed oil. The market where it is more expensive, it is made of vagai maram in Tamil. In English, it's called as I think Eastern India walnut tree. So this offers a lot of medicinal benefits, but also is not very efficient in giving out a lot more oil per kg of input. So that makes the cost of the oil higher. So we need to be able to, we should be transparent, we should know our products, we should know what the cost price is, so that we can break it down to the consumers. And when you're able to do this, this also builds trust and this also retains customers. So, and this is also to the level of details we need to go into. Relationship building, of course, honesty, we need to volunteer information. If we anticipate that a customer might ask some information, if we volunteer that information even prior to the customer asking, that automatically builds trust. We shouldn't wait for someone to come and ask us. Offering variety, we all generally think offering variety is something very intuitive, but it actually is not very intuitive even to the stall holders. So if someone is coordinating a market, they should be able to look at each of the stalls and see if they are able to, if we can help them bring in variety in their own stalls. What happens is that if a stall only has two products, and a customer is going there, they will only buy those, there is only so much capacity to buy those two products. But at the same time, if the stall is going to sell, say, 7 products or 10 products, with that same single customer, the amount of money that the stall holder can earn will be higher. So, so this is one of the reasons why we need to be offering variety. Of course, variety attracts customers. This also improves sales for each of those stall holders. And reaching out to customers, yes, this is important. A lot of things can be taken up to do this. And if somebody wants to discuss this, we can discuss this in detail later on. And we need to develop a USP for our own market and for our own product. So a couple of USPs for our product is we assure 100% organic authenticity. I can stand by it anytime, any day. So if somebody is going to come and ask me where produce is coming from, I can always point out that this produce is coming from this specific farmer. If somebody is going to ask me what the where the ingredients are procured from for a particular value-added product, it could be some savory, some sweet, I'll be able to break down the ingredients in that and also be able to trace it back to the farmers from whom those ingredients are gotten to. So this will ensure, so by this we will be able to ensure 100% organic authenticity. We need to keep pushing our limits to reach that goal and to be there always. The second thing that is unique in our market is we do not allow plastic no matter what. One-time use plastic no matter what. Our markets are 100% plastic free. We have a wide range of products coming in, right from vegetables to fruits to sweet, savory, baked items, cooked food, just lots and lots of things. But no plastic is allowed. Not even cups, paper cups. We call them as paper cups, which is lined with plastic. Not many of us realize even those things are not allowed in a market. These two are our main USPs. Of course, there are a little bit sub USPs. If there are questions, we can address that.
Yeah. So, I mean, the most important thing is like that you will see for the markets, people will be coming with their own dabbas, bags, containers for buying oil, even oil. In a weekly market, in a farmer's market, we have made customers to come there to buy with their own containers. That's the best part. So organic is not about just chemical-free farms and farming. It's also about stretching it to a very good imaginative market where the principles are still carried on. So you are not actually diluting the whole organicity with a plastic vending or something. So, like I will reiterate here, because you was talking about a farm and farmer's market doesn't mean there is anything lesser in the other things or no, but we have to understand them. There are all these 4 roads to go. There could be the B2C, online, there could be retails, there could be a wholesale, there could be directly buying from the farmers. This is very interesting because the farmers market, people get to interact with the farmer. Both of them feel very good about it at the end of the day. Both the farmers and so that could be one of the best scenario. But that is not the maximum yielding scenario as the market goes. The retail is also one of the interesting things. I will call Kavita Srinivasan and Sabra, both who have been running the markets here. They have been really exploring a lot of things and they have done fantastic work in a very short time in our whole organic movement. I will just conclude.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯದಿಂದಲೂ ಬಂದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಝೂಮ್ ಲಿಂಕಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಹೋದರೆ ಭಾಷೆ ತರ್ಜುಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕನ್ನಡದವ್ರು ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಬೇಕು.
Actually, every translation is happening for all of them. That's why we are keeping it in English. That's all you have to just confirm. Right, this has been happening. We have been using technology. That is also why people are also sitting elsewhere and listening also.
I understood, Arsha. I understood. This screen and beda. You just put the normal one. I just am not presenting anything. Sorry, my name is Kavita, and this is
Swaraj Sammelan.
And I'm presenting this as very subjective, my own journey in this initiative. So his truth will be something else, and my fellow travelers who were there also would be little different of our starting points. I am associated with Mahila Kisan Adhikar Manch, and it's a national body of women farmers and representatives and concerned citizens across India. And in Karnataka, we had organized a meeting on collective farming. And for collective farming, people from across different states had come to Bangalore. And there were groups. People were presenting from DDS, Sheenu Francis group from Tamil Nadu, from Karnataka itself, from Kolar, and from Maharashtra, from Uttarakhand. Each group had a story and things about how women farmers were collectivizing, how it's a shared responsibility and shared burden of labor and shared income and shared investment was there. So it was awesome stories, and it was a happening thing. But in Karnataka there were groups, and then but which was not very active at that point of time when we had organized a meeting. So as part of Makam, we asked the other NGO friends who are members of Makam that can we do it here and then see how it goes. But it was not moving forward for some reason. So then finally, I just ended up in a village, and they said, okay, let us try to work with an organization itself there, because the organizations were, for various reasons, they were not able to take it forward. So I ended up in a place, and because there were not much outreach work with other villages around, so we chose that organization where the laborers, women laborers were already working in that organization as a farm labor. So we said, okay, let's collectivize and give them 2 acres of land and ensure that they get there. So the first thing is we started talking about, okay, let's do a collective farming where you will be the owners of that, let's lease the land and all those things we said to them. They all heard, they were very kind to us. But next day they came and said, no, our husbands won't allow us to do this. We want wages. You keep all your things, we will do work, but we want wages every day, that's on time. So then we said, okay, this won't work. So we had to change the model a little bit. Okay, you'll get wages. 2-3 months we'll assure you that you'll get till all the crops, around some 30-40 crops in an acre if you have to grow, till it gives, you start marketing. It starts from 25th day of greens. So let's do that. So then we said for 3 months we'll support. And then the money, you'll get your wages plus whatever the margin from the market thing will come. So that will be added to you. Then they said, okay, fine, as long as the day wages are there with us. So that's how we started a collective farming. And then there were many other farmers who were already practicing organic farming in that area. So we said, okay, we'll do a market. We started growing around in 30 acres, around 15 of us volunteered, and they were laborers, and each person got some 2 acres of land. And they said, okay, let's do. We started growing, and then greens was the first thing to come. And we went to, as usual, to Mandi and other places. They didn't buy, for understandable reason only. Then we went straight wherever the footpath was there, in the heart of that town. We knew that we were buying vegetables also for the community over there. So we said, this is not happening. We'll also stand in the road. So along with the conventional market where the everyday thing happens, we also paid Nelabadige is for the floor badige, whoever is doing the business first, you have to take it up from them. So they were not doing anything in that particular spot. We just put a table, and there were all the conventional chemical produce was there. And we also got a small place. We had thatched roof, that's it. On the road, we started selling for a year. And because we did it as a volunteer, so for us it was fine. But our own farmers, they were shy. They said, in our village, we won't stand in the road. It's very demeaning for us. So, but we were okay because we had come from the city, and then we started selling it. And but that was not a model to be replicated because none of the volunteers, we were not getting paid from that because we had our other source of income. But what do you do there? Because none of them were ready to stand, so we had to stand throughout the day and sell. But the money, we had to put it in a Vyapar app, and we give the bill, and every day whatever money was coming, everything would go back to those farmers. So there were around some 10 to 15 farmers. On their behalf, we were selling it. But there were more produce which we were not able to sell it over there, so we had to come to Mysore. In Mysore, what we did was, because there was no, unknown kind of a place in terms of market. We had friends, but in terms of market. So we started, we had a pickup, and we started putting it around wherever there was places, parks or buildings and things like that. And slowly people started, we getting contacts, and we started doing home deliveries, around 200 to 250 houses.
We started a subscription model where we were delivering weekly baskets. So from zero, we went to around 200 baskets on a weekly basis. A collective of around 15 vegetables, some fruits, few greens.
Yeah. So then this was the basket model, and from there, what you do? Okay, we're standing in the road, but then this is all perishable ones. We are talking of only fruits, vegetables, and greens. But it was leftover. What do you do with the leftover? So that was a problem. Once again, we used to take it back to the farm and in a compost. We used to feel okay, we're doing it compost, but that was not economically viable. We were making, profit was there, but there will be definitely leftovers. So then we were forced to set up a shop. So that was the turning point, I would say, because it was very challenging because in terms of raising money, this all needs capital. One is working capital for the farm itself. You have to have produce consistently, as Nivedita was saying, trust and consistency, all those things are fine for a bigger kind of a group. Because in the same market, in the roadside we were doing, our produce sometimes it used to get over by in some 2-3 hours. Then we were standing, only some produce was there. But next to us, those people would take an auto, go to APMC Mandi, refill it. So they had continuous suppliers. Supply and then there's supply and demand was happening. For us, we were standing over there, we didn't know what to do. But then if there is only few produce, the customers would ask us, oh, okay, you're saying you're poison free, fine. But rest of the things we are buying from outside. So you're saying few poison free food we have to eat here, and rest of it you're asking us to buy poison. So that slogan was also not effective for us because it was hitting back at us. And then we came to Mysore and we had a store. And one store we started, and we had farmers who were growing also grain, cereal, pulses and stuff. And but to run a store or to run a basket, then you need to have a wide range of diversity. Otherwise, what do you do with the store? And you're in a very hard, in a very prime place in Mysore. We got a place, and but then we had to depend on the FPOs, and then we started home delivery, and we had various places. We had a pickup, and yes, then we had a store. In that store itself, there were a lot of wastages were happening. Tomato used to get wasted, or other things, or greens like that. Our customers became because you interact with them every day, you become like extended kind of a family, I would say, in a sense. And then they used to say, it is getting wasted, it's not good. You have to do something out of it. Okay, we started making some tomato jam or salads because the fruits overripe, and what do you do with it? One of the customer volunteers just said, okay, let's do a salad bar. We had a salad bar there only, and we started making some, from the milk which used to come from our nearby dairies, we started making butter, cream, fresh cream, then ghee. So I'm saying this validation was taking toll, because it is nice to say everything has to do validation. It means you need to have more human resource, and also funding, and also kind of stabilizing the recipes, and so that it won't get spoiled. So then we extended to one more store, because then we got one of our friends suggested, why don't you apply to PMFME scheme, Pradhan Mantri.
Microfood processing.
Yeah, microfood processing. We applied to that scheme, and we had Chakki, which is a slow processed mill, oil mill, as an experience center we opened, so that everything is made in-house. And we have in the CFTRI, because of the PMFME scheme, they gave us incubation center, a banana incubation center. For Mysore, it was one district, one product was banana. So then we had to make a banana flour, and from that we had to make around some 20 products. And we started making breads from Jave Godi, from emmer wheat, and training few of the people in the process, because they also wanted to pick up and do it back into their places. And because of Dr. Ramakrishna Prasad, we had to, the GO, which they had started Jaivik market. Jaivik Society, as part of the Jaivik Society, they were doing trainings to organic farmers and Santes, and one of the thing was marketing. So there also we started working around it, and but the story is not so rosy. And then from this we had cafe, because then people said, what do you do with the leftovers? You have to innovate something. You have to tell people how to eat in a very healthy fashion but tasty. So then we had only for this, I just want Harsha to just show the store and thing. We opened a organic cafe and bakehouse. So in this also, many of the people we chose that from rural background, but were working in hotel here and there, and they had to be trained, because we tried getting people from conventional places. They said without maida, without preservatives, we cannot do anything. So this is a store we started from farming, and that's a store which we had everything in bins and things like that. And next slide, please. Yeah. So then we had our chekki. It is from Jodhpur. We got around 400 kilos of that store, which is a slow mill. And then we have this oil thing. Next, please. Yeah. So this is an organic cafe and bakehouse. And as we said, Kheti and Kisani saath mein chalta hai, right? So we had other kind of artisans also. They said they do farming, but in some of the times they also do this artisan work. So we had a cafe and we have an artisan space, and Bhumi Basket is our subscription model. And I think that's it, right, Harsha? Okay. So these, and then we made, last year we made around 5 crore turnover from all these things. But the real story starts now, and so I would say a couple of challenges.
Yeah, so I think she has told almost everything. Yeah, but I'll add one or two more lines here. So from creating a market for farmers, suddenly it started chasing, to fill the store, chasing the produce. So the story completely turned. So what we thought that we'll be creating or supporting farmers, to run the market, to do the fulfillment, it reversed completely. This is a very big challenge. And to support even one farmer, you need to have, say for example, one farmer in 1 acre producing 2 tons of chana or 2 tons of dal. One store can only absorb maybe 100 kilos, 200 kilos. So it has to be a collective effort. Yeah.
And Malleshwar Bisi Roti is here. In the Sammelan also, the food, chana dal, besan ka atta, everything has come from his farm last year. This time also he has 1,500 kilos. I don't know what to do from our retail store. We cannot absorb. So this is one of the important, and he has 50 kilos of ajwain. So I'm saying collectively we have to think of a solution. I'm not saying, I'm not just throwing it right now, but as a responsibility, as a collective responsibility, what can we do together? And he introduced us to his friend from Erebutihal. We got chili from there. So this time, Sammelan, the food, everything you're having. Yesterday from a friend, farmer Parmeshwar, he gave us 200 kilos of cabbage, 150 kilos of radish and turmeric, mustard from Gauri, and from Tamil Nadu we got Sirigai Samba, we got around Tuyamalli, then Tanga Samba, and then from our own Karnataka we have, and oil from Chamsu Party, groundnut, and from Priyadarshini and Anand couple, we've been working, we got oil from the Sammelan also, and Sridharni farms we got vegetables, and from Narasimha farms we got fruits and papaya. From Baluja Kurugante we got vegetables also and millets. And from Gayatri we got banana, gelakki, and from Basavaraj, as I told, and coconuts all from our farm. I'm just saying it is impossible to support the farmers. We don't know how to, the story is turned around. We started with this. And this artisan shop also, we had to beg Anantu because he was traveling all over the place and he was like, doing everywhere, going to the Santes, with this Hearts, Delhi, other places and everything. So we said, okay, out of over enthusiasm, we said, okay, we want to help you. And then he said, if you want to help me, then what you do is you help farmers growing cotton, desi cotton, and take to it from, end seed to the clothing. And that is how we can do it. Okay, we did that. We asked our farmers to grow cotton, and they also gave it to us. But then the journey started. We knew that there were no people, they take out the yarn to make it, weavers are there, couple of weavers, but it's a challenge. And finally we begged him. He said, okay, that was the wrong idea. So please give Tula only to come to Mysore. So that's how Tula in Mysore is there. That's in the artisan shop. But as Saurabh is saying, it is with challenge. I'll tell you what the problem is. We cannot absorb. And we need a big storage. Storage needs once again investment and a working capital and logistics, because from farm which came from 200 kilometers we got the vegetables. So the transportation itself was heavy, and as a collective thought, we need to have this kind of solutions. And the problem is we want to be transparent enough. So we know when we started in the roadside and the home deliveries, we knew exactly this is the farmer, and we used to tell all our customers that this is where we're getting it. But then we had to depend on our own FPOs. Then FPOs comes with a, big, it turns up, I'm saying, without pointing to anybody, it becomes a biggest intermediary once again. Transparency is lost, the cost becomes heavy, and then we get into the trap of, on the one hand, during the activism kind of a mode, we will say that government is not doing enough, or these corporate companies are doing this. But as a Nirman kind of a thing, when we want to do all these things, we are also stuck, I'm saying. So we want to retract our steps back, and we're trying to think, because this, I don't know, because the way it was designed was we're sitting here and there, but it is not something unique we have done. But we want to sit together, and those of you who are interested, please let us give us a collective thought, and then how do we make it happen that, because they're competing with Swiggy, with quick commerce, they're competing with the big kind of online thing also. So it becomes a challenge. On the one hand, they're not able to absorb, produce. On the second thing is, in the market, if we want to be in a prime place, the investment, right now we have so many people working with us in the farm, in the stores. But profit, yes, one thing, but to make it happen as a social initiative, we need, I'm saying for our Amma Farmers Market or the TOCB, it's people like Saurabh, because thanks to his wife and his parents who are earning, he was in a corporate job, but right now they are taking care of the family. But his entire investment, he's become like a philanthropist for this initiative, because it has to be subsidized to make it a social initiative. Because of the experiments, because we keep meeting new farmers, we keep making a lot of mistakes in terms of productions, because we have to do research, R&Ds at this cost. So there is a philanthropist, and thanks to Kavita Kuruganti and Anantu also, initially the seed money also we got it from there, but they also warned us the trap we are falling, and then we did exactly fell in that same trap. And so I'm just, thank you very much, and that's it.
But yeah, you were supposed to give us better messages. I want to ask you, how many kilos of vegetables are you buying every day in your store?
Around 500 kilos.
500 kilos in one store.
One store.
And in the restaurant, how many kilos are?
Together around 1,000 kilos.
1,000 kilos. So there being 1 ton of vegetables every day. That has never been communicated for your information. Yeah. Similarly, groceries, how many are you selling?
Maybe around 10 to 15 tons a month.
So that's the story. That actually translates into so many farmers or so many farmlands. That is the whole idea of a market.
Yeah, but when you talk of one farmer, maybe one farmer growing tomatoes in half an acre and growing, say, 2 tons, will be absorbing maybe 50 kilos. That's the bigger problem.
Correct. So Yeah, that is one part. But I will tell you one other thing. The rosy part of it is, in whole of India, if somebody reached a pinnacle in such a short time, it is them. In whole of India, I'm just retrading it. I have watched everybody start retails. I have watched everybody doing the farmers market across India. I have gone and visited them and seen them. These people, when they started, from the time they started to reach a maximum of what the limitation of a retail, no, they reached it even within a less than a year. And the number of farmers and the amount that they sell, no, has been extremely good. But there are paths for correction and improvement. That is a different thing. So I wanted to communicate this part, that this has been a successful story. There are a lot of questions. There should be. There are a lot of scope for improvement. That also should be. That is there. We will also get into that question and answer session. But there has. I would definitely assure. And the restaurant that they run as an organic restaurant and a cafe and a baking unit, that is also unique. It has become a point of a lot of tourists come there, have their food there. So this is a beautiful imagination because they were stuck with a problem. They started a retail, lot of vegetables gets unsold, they immediately started one, and that became a bigger hit than this. So, and I just ask, I want to ask some questions pointedly to you people. Meanwhile, I want you to just quickly tell about you. He also runs a market in Gurgaon for many years, and how impactful it has been. So that.
2014 we started a market in Gurgaon. 10 citizens, 10 consumers. It's a market which was set up by the consumers, got together and they said we need to eat clean food. How do we do it? And it took us 6 months to set up the Gurgaon Organic Farmers Market. November 26th, 2014, and every Sunday we have had a market. Today is Sunday. And today the market was held. We have not missed a single market in the past 11 years. Not a single market. It goes by the single line, people eat. And people have to eat. Whether it's election, whether it's COVID, whether it's 26th January or Diwali, Holi, market is held. Even if one farmer wants to show up, the market is held. And we have a team of volunteers who run this market. It's a citizen-run market. We started with 5 farmers in 2014. Today we have over 400 registered, accredited, or what we say accepted farmers in our portfolio. Some come once a year, some comes every Sunday, some comes when there is a seasonal produce, some come from Kumaon to Gurgaon, traveling to 300 kilometers, but mostly today this is a hyper-local market, as we say. If I tell you that all the farmers coming to the market today come from within 30-kilometer radius. That's what the Gurgaon Organic Farmers Market is all about.
YouTubers want to see you. Take your hand off.
Second is, it's a market run by the farmers themselves. I'm just a steward, and the team which runs it, they're just stewards. We do it in the not-for-profit mode. So the farmers are accountable for the sales. Farmers are made accountable for the marketing of their produce. We encourage them to do their online marketing, run their YouTube channels and stuff like that. But we encourage them, we want them to be responsible for the sales. On an average, each farmer sells for around, a small stall may sell 15,000 rupees worth of stuff, and a larger farmer may sell 60,000 rupees worth of stuff within 3 hours every Sunday. That accounts for around 3 to 5 lakhs rupees turnover in the market. And it's totally each penny of it goes into the pocket of the farmer who's selling. And we just ensure that whatever produce is coming in is organic. That means that we have a very, very stringent selection process. If somebody says we are certified, we double check them. Because there's no reason for them to be certified if they want to sell in a local context. Are you exporters? Yes, go get certification. Why are you getting certified? So we double check them. If somebody can bring stuff from 5 kilometers distance, then they get the preference. The farmers are the leaders, they get the first preference. Second is, no farmer is turned down if they are doing good work. And we create space for it. There is no cartelization. Nobody can say, oh, I am bringing tomatoes, so no other farmer can bring tomatoes. Everybody can bring as much tomatoes as they want to bring. So no cartelization, market has to decide on their own who brings better tomatoes. Then there is no price barrier, or we do not set prices. Nobody in the volunteer team sets prices. The market sets the prices. Farmer can sell their tomatoes or potatoes or whatever, 20 rupees a kg or 200 rupees a kg. If you can sell for 200 rupees a kg, good enough. That's fair. We don't say, oh, what is good price, bad price, nothing. If customer says this is expensive, we tell them your salary is less. You get you know, possibly you are making less money than you're supposed to be making. You're making bad decisions in your life. So there is no we don't explain why this price is this much or that much. You know, and also our organic produce is cheaper than the other organic produce. That is a given. But it can be more expensive 5 times than what is sold on the Swiggies or in the supermarkets. So we don't care about that. You know, it's as simple as that. Super attitude we carry, and that works really well for us. If somebody says, tell me how do you ensure this organic, I say, give me 500 rupees, I'll give you 15 minutes class. No super explanation. Go educate yourself. We create so many videos on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everything we talk about. Soil fertility, how the pricing is done, what is the role of women in the farming, how the packaging is done, everything is shared online. And if somebody still wants to learn, I say 500 rupees, 15-minute session, I'll definitely teach you how it's done. So it's a self-organized market. It is creating space for itself. And it's a community space. We have seen children grow up. 10-year-olds are now going to, the kids who are 10-year-olds now are in the colleges. Now they have becoming, they start participating in the markets. It becomes a safe space for artists to come in or for the children to come in. In big cities, that's a big problem. Like, can we bring our children to the market? You know, this is a place where all the consumers are bringing their children to the market itself. They're playing with the produce and all that stuff. So it's an interaction space. It's a place where political discussions are held very freely. It's a place where policies are discussed. It's a place where we talk about the seed laws. Everything we talk about, and it's an open space. And also, we do not pay any money for hosting this market. We get a community to support us. That okay, you give us the space. So DLF has come forward in Gurgaon and given us space free of cost to host this market. And we have like they said, you can set up market in every property we have. So anybody who wants to set up a market and they have a DLF property in their city, you can get in touch with me. Huh? Yeah, so that's how the Gurgaon Organic Farmers Market is shaping up. It goes on like this, and it's run by the community. And yeah, I really love.
Have some interaction.
Yeah. So let's have now interactions.
Yeah. So just to clarify, the markets, I mean, basically, like Kavita or Saurav was saying, you know, we are not able to buy all the produce that a farmer is growing. It is impossible. We are not even 1% of the whole market. The whole market, the value of organic market in India is not even 5,000 crores, 7,000 crores. In that, 70% will be an export market. So what you have locally is just nothing. So we are there. That's where we are. We have to understand that. So we should tell our farmer not to grow 1 full acre of brinjal or tomato. Then all the stores in South India will have to buy from only that one farmer. Because every store can sell only 15-20 kilos of that brinjal or corn. That is the reality. We should understand our reality and play only around that. You don't tell us we have a lot of produce produced by the farmer. There has to be some other calculation and some other planning behind this. I think we have to understand the market clearly here.
Sorry, in enthusiasm I might have not conveyed clearly. The farmers whom I am talking about are all doing multi-cropping. I am not speaking of a single farmer who is doing a monocropping. And one day only, he is Malleshappa Pisirotte. as I was talking, he's done amazing work in terms of the manure, what he does, how he does. I mean, the universities have recognized him. And it is not, because they are in a rain-fed area. So I'm saying he is not doing monocropping for the sake of monocropping. The area itself,
not necessary. No, it is not about Channa. Channa is a long term. You can keep it. I am talking about the. Yeah.
ನಾನು ನಾನು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ ರೀ. ನಾನು ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ಏನಂತಾರಲ್ಲ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸರ್ ಮಾಡಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೌಡಂಗಳು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು 22 ವರ್ಷ ಕೃಷಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನನ್ನ ಟೋಟಲ್ 20 ಎಕರೆದೊಳಗೆ ಎಂದೂ ನಾನು ಒಂದೇ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಬೆಳೆದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಥವಾ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ನಾನು 20 ಎಕರೆ ಒಣ ಬೇಸಾಯದಾಗ ಒಂದು 20 ಥರದ ಬೆಳೆ ಬೆಳೆದೇನೆ. ಅಜ್ವಾನ, ಮೆಣಸಿನ್ಕಾಯಿ, ಜೋಳ, ಗೋಧಿ, ಕಡ್ಲಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಬಾಕ್ಸಲ್ ಮಿಲೆಟ್, ವಾನ್ಯಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಿಲೆಟ್, ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಪೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ನಟ್, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಒಂದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಹಣ್ಣಿನ ಗಿಡಗಳು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು 20 ಎಕರೆಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳೆದಿವಿ. ಒಂದೇ ಬೆಳೆ ಬೆಳೆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಕತಿ. ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಬೇರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಜೈವಿಕ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಕವಿತಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅಜ್ವಾನನ್ನ ನಾನು ಈಗ 6 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ USA ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
I will come to you. I want questions from here.
ಇಲ್ಲ, I just want to say, tarkarigalu, about the vegetables, not a single farmer, that 200 kilos of cabbage which came yesterday is also just in 2 acres, they have 25 crops.
Correct.
But unfortunately, the rest of the crops didn't come because the peacocks ate and the wild boars. Only 2 crops somehow survived, didn't, like radish maybe. So I'm just saying that also we couldn't absorb completely.
Yeah, you observed at least, no? You observed here. You gave us radish salad yesterday came because the farmer gave her. But anyway, that is how it has to be absorbed. Markets have to be imagined. It has to be exploded. That is what we have to do. We are not even 1%. That's what I'm saying. We are not able to meet it for our farmers, but our farmers also have to have a plan of what we grow. We can't say we are having it stuck, or go to the market and sell. Then there is another argument. You are growing happily, give it to the market, or correct the whole market thing. We are all stuck there. So we can only do what we can do within our limitations. Let us talk of markets, how we can pan out, what we can do such market, and what we can do effectively in that. Even there, how many markets are there? So I'll just correct 2-3 questions together and then post there so that we can have it slightly interactive. If you can just come here and fast and just please don't give any long essays here. It's all one mark question. Yeah.
One question for Sitlingi so far is, what are the top 3 challenges you're currently facing?
Correct. Yeah, I will hold it.
All of them except Sitlingi work with organic farmers. So my question is again for Sitlingi, how do you help farmers with transition and how do you take care of their harvest during transition?
Actually shifting the message this session itself.
Market, because they have to sell the farmers in transition as well. So how do you deal with that?
I heard a lot of volunteering and philanthropy. Sorry, my throat is gone. Volunteering and philanthropy here. Can we do without volunteering and philanthropy, balance the market side of it and more, capitalistic side of it?
Okay, sorry. This alone I will take. Why do you think Gandhi came in and fought for you? We were fools. 30 crore people, not even 1% participated in that. So you need people like that. Let me please correct it. Don't question the philanthropy and the people coming in. That might not be a business model for the capitalism. We have been a society and a culture where always people have come and given in their labor free, their intellect free, their work free and everything. So let organic also grow with people who can afford to give that. Let us not question that. But let us work towards making it functional on both ways. That is my interest. We will also make it work in a capitalist environment. But we will not question this. Let people come, whoever can. Please prod 10 more people, let them come. It can absorb so much of volunteerism. Let us take it freely, happily. Let us all smile at it also. It should be done with a lot of love. Question? No, these 3 will be added. Next lot I will ask.
Yeah, thank you Anand for being ruthless on the mic. I appreciate Kavita and Saurav.
Finally, that's the I get.
She's so honest on her, and I appreciate your commitment. All of you are fantastic. Regarding that perishables, so what I did, we have to diversify, like crops and also the produces, perishable source, non-perishables. I shifted to chilies, groundnut, where I have some time to market. That is one thing we are doing in Hyderabad. And the other thing is there are drying units, solar drying units that they are like now becoming so popular, where the farmers can dry the perishables and then they are marketing. So these are the two.
They are just putting up a different story. It's in our school, no? The first benchers. You have not studied at all and they will get 90. They are like that. They have done everything possible. They have done this also. Drying, they have done value addition, everything. But still they will cry for the 2 marks that they are leaving. But anyway, so question to you now. You got the question? They are asking about how was the transition done and top 3 channels. That is very interesting.
So currently, actually, we are facing in the marketing mainly so many challenges. I just want to point out 3 challenges. So one, actually, we would have started 10 years back perishable marketing. So that's what we bought a Bolero pickup truck, because Chennai is almost 300 kilometers far away. So the same was Kavita has pointed out. Because we have a 700 farms, no, we have more than 2,500 acres. Same problem. Suppose for tomato, example like with the tomato, one time we had a very big experience. So 18 farmers brought out around 5 tons of tomato. Then we entered with we have a regular, like Ananturi stores, we have last 20 years we have a good relationship. So like that we entered, so we have this much of quantity, how much would you like? So finally we got the order for maximum 250 kilos. So the rest, what we can do? So one day we have to pay to our farmers because it's a perishable, we can't keep it more than 2 to 3 days. So then we quit that vegetable project. So Bolero pickup, we are helping the farmers shifting that goods here and there and helping bringing the goods here and there. This is a practical issue. Till now we are trying to find the solutions. So we are making tomato sauce. We have plenty of vegetable perishables. That is the one thing. The other important point, because the storage also we have a lot of issues, because we don't have any cold storage, that kind of systems. So our nearest cold storage, which is in again 150 kilometers away. So that is also a problem. We failed in that vegetable marketing, because our farmers are doing fantastically. We have a very good soil health. We have, because it's surrounded by hills. We have a very healthy soil, but we failed in that vegetable productions. And the same problem for Chana dal, Tur dal and black gram and Bengal gram. All these, we can't keep it for more than 2 to 3 months or 4 months. Automatically, pest will come. No, it's very difficult, because we are handling more than 10 tons, 15 tons in a year. Chana dal or Tur dal alone. It's a very big issues we are facing currently here.
How many of you here in your house, everything is organic? 1, 2. In an organic market, in a Kisan Swaraj Sammelan, which has been talking about sustainable agriculture for 20 years now, and where we have a session on organic markets, we have 3 hands going up. That is the reality. And if all of you don't consume it, they can only produce and throw it. And if all of you cannot bring 100 people, if you can't convert 10 people a month, we are all wasting our time. This session is a waste, actually speaking. You are just listening to some story. This is another time pass. It's another Telugu film that you are watching. Please. So we have to, each of us, that is not philanthropy, that is the necessity of the day. The farmers have to be supported. What we leave behind as a culture of food. 3,500 years, you are a civilization which wrote about food. What is good food? We said food is medicine. And where are we today? So there is a correction required from each and every one of us. Right now, what is required? I mean, there can be a lot of conversations. Sorry, I see some hands going. They are going to kill me now. You will have a barbecue of Anantu for lunch otherwise. So we will please cut it here. We can carry the conversations parallel, because we all have to come back here at 2. That's going to be our closing ceremony. That's why. So I will have to really, I know, I actually personally wanted more questions and interactions. We should have, yeah. Questions are more important than answer. Yeah.
This question, because I was also like.
I just want to know where is the retail store in Mysore retail store.
That will be.
Google auntie will tell you. Yeah, please.
Yeah. because my question also was pointing out to the same point that he ended up with. This question is for the farmers who have, transformed into organic fully after 5 years, and also they are selling their produce directly in the farmer market. Can they not sell it on par with the regular market? Because I'm not able to convince even one person from my family to go wholly organic, because they have their issues. Starting with the price.
I should have made this at the beginning itself. Sorry, I will only take this. I have actually bored of answering this question in my life. I have answered it so many times, so I can use it. I just ask anybody who asks a question like this, no? I just ask them to think.
500 rupees to me.
That is the best answer actually. He told no, that 500. That is one. Second is, you are standing here, right? Your spectacles. If you are coming a bike, your sandals, your pant, your shirt, your chain, your watch. Was it all the cheapest that you bought? Was it the cheapest you bought? Tell me one thing in your house. TV, fridge, washing machine, anything. Was it the cheapest? School. Did you send your kid to the cheapest school? Rice alone. Tomato alone. Mallappa Bisurutti should come and give it to us for 5 rupees. Channa dal, he should waste it. That is a problem with us. Please, and second thing you all have to understand is, the market has been very unfair to the farmers all these years. So if something is sold for 5 rupees in a market or 50 rupees in a market, it will not be the correct price. It's not the fair price. So the organic movement has also got to think about being fair to the farmers. It will be and it should be the right price. So we should not be taking this, we should be questioning the others. Why is it being sold for 20 rupees? Don't ask us, why are you not selling for 20 rupees? That's a very unfair thing. Then all of us should be putting our kids into corporation school. Do that and then ask the question. All of us should go only to the government hospitals. And then only we should ask this question. None of us are doing anything fair. We have been unfair to the farmers. Suddenly we want. And another question I ask is, there is also a very, very important cleansing of our system that we all should have. If you go to the market and if you find something for 5 rupees, tomato is being sold for 5 rupees, if there is a small happiness in your mind, you should go and visit a psychiatrist. You should never be happy. You have gone to buy tomato, your wife has asked you to buy tomatoes, you went there, you saw it 5, she told only 1 kilo, okay, I'll buy 3 kilos. She can make tomato pickle, she can make sauce, then we have failed in life. We should have immediately thought, what will that farmer do? How will she buy her rice or wheat for her house? How will she buy petrol for her gadi? How will she put her kids to a school? How will she buy the medicine for her son? Where is she going to do that with that 5 rupees? We have never asked that question. But we are asking an organic farmer, why are you not selling for 5 rupees? That's a very, very unfair thing. I didn't want to close the session with that, but unfortunately, we all have to think about it. And I want each one of you to tell at least 10% every week about the price injustice happening there in the market. That farmers have been, and farmers have been subsidizing this country for so long. So let us not talk about, I didn't want this organic market to be talking about price at all. I have made a mistake. But we should be talking about how to expand it, how more of us come in. For me, the biggest concern is only 3 hands went up here. Correct? That is a question that we are going to go.
Your speech will get captured live.
Oh, it's getting over now. Yeah? So, I'm sorry, we will have to conclude this session. But somewhere, we all have to go back thinking with that deep question of what can each one of us do. The organic market is not something else out there. It is here. It is with us. It is within us. It is within our hands. We all, each one of us will have to participate in that. And now, I want you all, just because of you, we extended this session. You all please do justice by coming back by 2 here. Please have your lunch. Organic, fully organic because of Saurav and Kavita in a big way and because of Kavita Kurgati. Thanks a lot to all of you. You have been fantastic. We will please talk on the sidelines also. Thank you.